Welcome to Trend Leaks, where I expose the hottest startup ideas and show you how to build your own.
Today, we're talking about a really clever new way of startups that are finding ways to outsmart some of the internet's biggest players. And they're not doing it by building a better marketplace. No, they're building pre-marketplaces, catching customers before they even think about selling something. So to really wrap our heads around this, let's kick things off with a company called Unlisted. It's built on a single and what seems like a totally impossible idea. I mean, that sounds like a riddle, right? How can you buy a house that isn't for sale? But this question is the exact problem Unlisted was created to solve. It's the key that unlocks their entire brilliant business model.
The way it works is actually surprisingly simple. You find the house you absolutely love, any house really, and you basically just call dibs on it. You join its waitlist, and if the owner ever decides to sell, you are the very first person to know, way before it hits the open market.
And here's where the scale just gets kind of crazy. By pulling public records, Unlisted has basically created this shadow inventory of 95% of all homes in the US. That means you can browse and get on the waitlist for 121 million properties, whether the owner is even thinking about selling or not. So you might be asking, why would a homeowner go along with this? Well, because it's a completely zero-pressure way to see if people are interested in their house. If your home's waitlist starts getting longer and longer, that is a huge signal that, hey, it might be a really good time to sell. You can even upload your own photos to make your unlisted home look even better. Okay, so how does a company that's built on a bunch of maybes actually make money? I'll bet your first guess is wrong. The real answer is where the genius of this whole model is hiding. You'd think they take a commission when the house sells, right? That's the obvious answer, but nope. The real business model is selling exclusive access to realtors, and not house by house, but by the entire zip code. Just think about what this means if you're a realtor. By buying a zip code, you become the agent for that whole area on the platform. You get a direct line to super motivated buyers and to homeowners who are just starting to think about selling. It gives you this massive head start on all the competition. And this clever model? Oh, it's definitely working. Unlisted has already raised $2.3 million in seed funding and was even a finalist at the super prestigious TechCrunch Disrupt Startup Battle. So yeah, this isn't just a wild idea. It's got some serious backing. But here's the thing. This idea is so much bigger than just real estate. Unlisted isn't just a company, it's really a blueprint for a whole new kind of marketplace. We're calling this the off-market marketplace. Its whole reason for being is to capture a transaction before it even becomes a public listing. It's all about connecting potential buyers with potential sellers. The key words there are potential. The core strategy, the secret sauce, is to intercept people during what you might call the prospecting or just looking phase. These platforms win by getting to people when they're just thinking about a deal, way before they're ready to make a formal listing on Zillow or eBay. And what's really fascinating is that this off-market model isn't just for real estate. We're now seeing this exact same pattern repeat itself in all kinds of different industries, especially in the huge market for used goods.
Just take a look at this. You have Unlisted, which uses a waitlist for homes. Then there's a startup called Has, which scans your email receipts to automatically build an inventory of things you could sell. And another one, Croissant, uses a browser extension to offer you a buyback price for something at the exact moment you buy it. It's the same logic, just applied to different markets.
And listen, these aren't small-time players. Has raised $1.4 million. Croissant has raised a whopping $24 million. They're both creating their very own supply of secondhand goods, completely cutting out classic marketplaces like eBay or Facebook Marketplace.
All right, so let's zoom out. This whole off-market strategy is just one piece of a much bigger trend. And that trend is startups finding and exploiting the fundamental weaknesses of the classic, established marketplaces we all use. One of the most powerful new ways they're doing this is with AI agents. The idea is really simple. Instead of you scrolling and searching forever, you just talk to an AI. You tell it what you want, and it goes and does all the hard work for you.
And this is absolutely exploding in the job market. You've got these heavily funded companies like Jack and Jill and Mercer using AI to basically act as robot headhunters. They talk directly to candidates and employers to find that perfect match. No resumes or job boards needed.
Now, a second major way they're attacking the classics is almost the complete opposite of AI. It involves getting rid of impersonal algorithms and replacing them with something much older and often way more powerful: trusted human experts. The prime example here is a company called ShopMy, which just became a unicorn, valued at $1.5 billion. It's a fashion marketplace where you don't search for stuff. Instead, you follow any of their 185,000 expert curators who have a taste similar to yours. It totally transforms shopping from a chore into an experience of discovery. So, after looking at all these different approaches, from the off-market platforms to AI agents and human curators, what's the big takeaway here? What does this all tell us about where things are headed?
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? The core idea is that every single little frustration you've ever felt on a major marketplace, the endless scrolling on Zillow or the cluttered junk on eBay, every one of those is a crack in the foundation where a new startup can break through.
You can apply this off-market playbook to almost anything. Think about used cars, commercial real estate, or even super high-end audio equipment that collectors are always trading. If there's a market, there's probably a way to intercept it.
And that leaves us with a final question for you to think about. As you go about your day, look at the marketplaces you use. Where are the pain points? What classic platform out there is just waiting for its own clever off-market disruption? Thanks for watching.
Subscribe and hit the notification bell. Follow the trends and create your startup.